Do you guys believe in UFOs, unidentified flying objects? Do you believe in extraterrestrials? What if I told you there was one specific night here in Brazil that revolutionized the UFO subject in the country? And I'm talking about hundreds of witnesses to the event, which is probably one of the few places in the world where tens of hundreds of witnesses were able to see the UFOs. It was not only one guy who saw and said. I'm going to tell you everything about this and about the night I'm talking about after the intro. Do you guys want to speak Portuguese? Have you ever thought of having a course of Brazilian Portuguese? Well, I have some news for you. We have created our own Brazilian Portuguese course. The name is Brasil Sem Legendas, which is Brazil Unsubtitled, like the name of the channel. I myself have written the story in the book and have created all the exercises, all the conversations that will guide you through learning this beautiful language of Brazilian Portuguese. Take a look at this video.
Que legal, Mark. Elas vão amar a surpresa.
Eu acho que sim. Além disso, passarei alguns dias ajudando Obrar a preparar a nossas consultoria no Rio. Entrevistarei algumas pessoas para trabalhar com a gente. Organizarei o time e darei treinamento de vendas.
Send us a direct message on Instagram. The account appears right here. Don't miss this opportunity. Send us a message and guarantee your space in our agenda, in our course, to finally learn the Brazilian Portuguese and come to Brazil with knowledge of the language. Hello guys. When he arrived for work on May 19th, 1986 at the Professor Urbano Ernesto Stumpf International Airport in São José dos Campos here in São Paulo, the air traffic controller Sérgio Mota da Silva had no idea that his shift would go down in ufology history as the official night of the UFOs here in Brazil. On that Monday night, 21 unidentified flying objects, some as large as 100 meters in diameter, were spotted by dozens of witnesses, both the civilians and military personnel across 4 states, guys: São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Minas Gerais, and in the center, the state of Goiás. In the countryside of São Paulo alone, sightings were recorded in Caçapava, Taubaté, and Mogi das Cruzes, where my uncle has a house. In Guaratinguetá, in São Paulo, guys, the sighting was collective. According to ufologist Edson Boaventura Jr., president of the Guarujá Ufological Group, or GUG, around 8 p.m., about 2,000 military personnel, including cadets and officers from the Aeronautics Specialists School, or the acronym EEAR, witnessed the phenomenon, either with the naked eye or through binoculars. It did not stop there, guys. The UFOs were detected by radars from the Integrated Air Defense and Air Traffic Control Center, or SINDACTA, as we say in Brazil. In other words, these objects were solid. 5 fighter jets from the Brazilian Air Force, the FAB, were deployed by the Air Defense Operations Center, or the CODA, to intercept the supposed intruders. According to the pilots, listen to this, the multicolored points of lights were capable of, among the maneuvers, hovering motionless in the sky, flying in a zigzag pattern, making right-angle turns, changing colors, trajectory, and altitude, and reaching speeds up to 15 times the speed of sound. I repeat, 15 times the speed of sound. The air traffic controller Sérgio da Silva Mota believes the number of objects seen that night was much higher than just 21, guys. Sometimes pilots had visual contact with the targets, but the radar showed nothing. Other times the radars detected objects, but the pilots could not see them. The Air Force only considered sightings that had simultaneous confirmation. The rest were discarded. In São José dos Campos, here in São Paulo, the official night of UFOs began around 8 p.m. when Sergeant Sérgio Mota da Silva started managing the departure of Flight 703 from the now defunct airline Rio Sul, bound for Rio de Janeiro. That was when he spotted a strange light resembling a headlight stationary in the sky. Intrigued, guys, he called the control tower at Guarulhos International Airport to check if any aircraft were heading towards São José dos Campos. The answer was negative. While they were talking, the object disappeared and soon reappeared again, shining even brighter. Sérgio grabbed binoculars for a better look, and he saw that it was shimmering and multicolored. At one point, the sergeant dimmed the lights of the airport's runway. Listen to this. It's suddenly that movie with Steven Spielberg. In response, the objects approached, but when he increased the brightness, they moved away again. At least 3 aircraft reported sightings that night. The first was a Bandeirante model from TAM Airlines, flying from Londrina in Paraná to São Paulo. The pilot informed the area control center of Brasília that an object was approaching him, seemingly on a collision course. The second from Trans-Brasil also spotted a UFO over Araxá in the countryside of Minas Gerais, the state of Minas Gerais. The flight was en route from Guarulhos, São Paulo to Brasília, which is our federal district and the capital of the country. The third and final aircraft was a twin-engine Xingu, registration PT-MBZ, returning from Brasília, the capital, to São José dos Campos here in São Paulo. On board were Colonel Osiris Silva, very important name in our government for many years, returning from a meeting with President José Sarney, and his co-pilot, Alcir Pereira da Silva. At 9:04 p.m., Sérgio contacted the pilot of the twin-engine plane. He asked if he had seen anything strange in the air. On radar, the controller had detected 3 UFOs over São José dos Campos. When he was informed of an attempt to approach the target, described as a bright and enormous point of light, Osiris heard from Alcir visibly frightened. Everyone who tries to chase up one of these things end up disappearing, you know. This time, guys, to the relief of the co-pilot, it was the mysterious light that disappeared. It vanished as soon as the pilot began to maneuver the aircraft. The next day, Osiris Silva took office as the new president of our oil company, Petrobras. At the press conference, no journalist asked about oil. Everyone wanted to know only about flying saucers. On May 23, 1986, at 4:30 p.m., the then Minister of Aeronautics, Brigadeiro Octávio Júlio Moreira Lima, called a press conference to announce that 5 FAB fighter jets had pursued 21 UFOs. As he said, guys, it's not a matter of believing or not in extraterrestrial beings or flying saucers. We can only provide technical information. There are various suppositions. Technically, I would say we have no explanation, he stated at the time. At the end of the conference, which was attended by the 5 pilots, or the 5 FAB pilots, and the air traffic controllers on duty that night, the Minister of Aeronautics declared that the incident would be investigated and that a complete report would be released within 30 days. Only 23 years later, on September 25, 2009, a report on the case signed by the interim commander of the Air Force, Comda José Pessoa Cavalcante de Albuquerque, and that dated June 2, 1986, was released. As a conclusion to the observed facts, in almost all occurrences, this command believes that the phenomena are solid and reflect some form of intelligence, given their ability to accompany and maintain distance from the observers, as well as fly in formation, though not necessarily manned, the document stated. In general, reports on the case remain inconclusive. No one knows for sure what happened on the night of May 19th, 1986. In the absence of definitive answers, guys, the possibility of intelligent life on other planets cannot be ruled out. We humans are very presumptuous. We think we own the universe, declared Colonel Osiris Silva on the program 95 Online on Curitiba 95.7 FM radio station in 2014. In a statement, the Air Force confirmed that all available material on UFOs have been sent to the National Archives. Furthermore, it stated that it does not have specialized professionals to conduct scientific investigations or provide assessments regarding such aerial phenomena. Incredible, no guys? Incredible. It's the military speaking here, right? Today, the collection on UFOs is the second most accessed at the National Archives, second only to reports from the military dictatorship. The material spans 64 years from 1952, when two reporters from the now defunct magazine O Cruzeiro spotted a UFO over Barra da Tijuca in Rio de Janeiro, to 2016, when a FAB pilot reported an alleged sighting. It seems the truth is still out there. Guys, I'd like to hear from you. Do you believe in UFOs? Do you think we are alone in the universe? Leave your comment, please. Your comment is really important. And if you like this video and you want to know more about the subject, write me a comment. I'm going to try to prepare more videos about the subject because I find it really interesting. When I was younger, I loved watching The X-File with Fox Mulder and Dana Scully, so you can imagine. Guys, thank you very much. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna leave two options here for you guys to keep watching videos on the channel, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.